If I close my eyes and think about us, I can see the person I know I should be.
So it's like 10:30. Good morning and hello again. I hope you are well. And speaking of wells, ours is not working. So instead of doing a lot of the homestead fun, finishing Tiny House 2.0 projects, we were greeted with half of our electric at our place gave out the last time it froze. Not sure if the weather had anything to do with it. The main panel for the property where we're at is pretty old, so half of it is not working. So we're only getting one phase of 110 instead of the 220 or 240, whatever it is, that normally comes in to a main panel, which means, and our water pump is 220, so it does not work. So I'm gonna build a rainwater collection more out of necessity than, anything else. We always joked about doing it. We are not off-grid or even remotely close to what it would take to be off-grid, but, it happens. I am gonna build this thing today, and if I have to go to the store again, gosh darn it, it's gonna happen. Had a snake and ants. It was my fault for not stacking it better, but that is the roofing we're gonna use for our rain collection. It's extra that we were gonna potentially side something with, and now it is getting repurposed. Midway point of our water collection build, and I look like I'm building a nativity scene. It looks like a nativity set for sure. Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, we got some eggs.
As I expected, these screws are longer than what I need, and I don't want to worry about every time I go under here scraping my dome on these screws, so I have to go get some shorter ones. So back to the store later. I thought I'd have it. I always overestimate what I'm capable of. I have big goals and dreams.
Yeah,
so
that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I should have made sure, laid everything out, made sure I had every single thing that I wanted. So the X brace that's in place is really just to keep it square for tonight, and I'll get a few more boards, and we need way more screws. So I mistook some 1.5" for some 3/4, and I need the short ones. So I'll get those tomorrow.
But now we're gonna go on a little date night.
We are.
And pick it back up another day.
Yeah. I think it used to be like the Tex-Mex haste. I don't know what it is, but this thing is the creme de la creme. Back at Home Depot for the second time today, getting the screws that I mistook. We did have a lot of stuff laying around, so this whole project is cheaper than if we had to buy everything brand new. Almost forgot these guys. All right, I have been busy. We are finishing up the finishing touches on our rainwater collection project. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all of the screws in the top. So I just kind of threw what I had in and then went and picked those up yesterday. And they doubled in price since the last time I bought them, so inflation. I'm gonna go ahead and put some supports in where I think they're needed and a couple like braces and stuff. I am gonna attempt to move it by myself, but I might need Sarah's help. But it's going pretty good, and I did not design this. I didn't draw it like I normally do for certain things, but it has come together and we'll see how it does. It's gonna be the first iteration, and we'll see if there's things we can make better.
If I close my eyes and think about us, I can see the person I know I should be. 'Cause honestly, I don't have no time to waste. I'm trying to come back to you because now I see we weren't meant to be.
Get that installed. Clamps are a man's best friend. So I'm dry fitting all of my connections to make sure. This is gonna be our first flush, so the first bit of rain that comes off of here might have some contaminants and whatnot. So that will fall into here. This will fill up, and then when it overflows, less sediment and less stuff, it'll all be trapped in there. Less sediment and stuff will rise and go into our barrel that'll sit in this area once I get this plumbing checked out.
Take me back to when we were kids and didn't care if we were acting stupid, 'cause all we had was us. If I close my eyes and think about us, I can see the person I know I should be.
So it's like 10:30 and we were winding down for bed, and I heard it started to rain, and I could not resist running out here. This is one of the things when you do, I think everybody probably feels this way about something in their life, but homesteading for us is being a little more self-reliant. And we don't know what we're doing. We're just watching videos and finding inspiration, and then with the materials we have and the resources we have, just trying to figure stuff out. I'm sure this is not what most people would have, but it's just big kid Legos for me. Sarah, I think, enjoys the finished product and the fact that I try to make things look cute, and we paint stuff to make it look pretty. And that is really for her benefit, because as long as it works, I'm happy. But if it looks good, it makes her happy. But job well done. Make sure it's collecting. First flush is working. Came down pretty fast at first, but look at all that stuff that the screen is keeping out, and then our filters, our redundant filters, will get out everything else. But sweet.
Very cool.
Yeah. So we got it powered with 12 volt right now from our tiny house, some leftover RV 12 volt.
Take me back to when we were kids and didn't care if we were acting stupid, 'cause all we had was us.
Mount the plastic box down here. The pump will drop. The battery will go in there. The charge controller will go in there. And then at any time we can have this charged and ready. And it's still super light. This weighs like
What is that?
pound and a half. It's a lithium iron phosphate battery, so it can be charged like 1,000 times, and I think it'll last the longest, but it weighs nothing, so moving this thing won't be hard.
Cool.
If I close my eyes and think about us, I can see the person I know I should be.